President Biden literally over the weekend, with pro-Palestinian protesters encircling the White House and calling him Genocide Joe. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
The main news again. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres once again calls for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, says the conflict is a crisis of humanity. Top diplomats for the G7 countries are gathering in Japan for their final summit of the year, and the conflict in the Middle East will be top of the agenda. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says previously difficult relations with China are showing significant progress after his meeting with President Xi Jinping. And that is the latest feature story news. Neha Punya reporting.
KCHW headlines. I'm Levon Ellis. 4 Pacific Northwest landfills reached explosive methane emission levels last year. That from the environmental group Industrious Labs, which obtained EPA documents through public records requests. The Washington and Oregon sites had leakages 20 times more concentrated than the Clean Air Act allows. Tyson Foods is recalling nearly 30,000 pounds of breaded chicken fun nuggets after complaints of metal pieces found in the dinosaur-shaped patties. The nuggets, sold in 29-ounce bags, were produced on September 5th. They carry the number P7211 on the back of the package. Prices at the pump are still dropping. GasBuddy reports that for the 7th straight week, the nation's average price of gasoline has dropped, falling 7 cents from a week ago to $3.38 per gallon. A gallon of regular costs $4.25 in Chewelah. If you haven't mailed your ballot for tomorrow's election yet, there's still time, but returned ballots must be postmarked no later than Election Day. Or you can return your ballot in person to an official drop box. There's one in the back of Chewelah City Hall, or to the Stevens County Auditor's Office in Colville. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Levon Ellis.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Tuesday. It is Scott and Val. That means I am joined by my beautiful sister Valerie.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're looking good today. Got a nice fire going on.
Yeah. Just hanging.
All right. We've had internet problems here in Maine this morning. Big storm going on, high winds. So if I disappear, you know what happened. Right.
Oh.
Yeah, because I got up this morning. I was thinking, no show. There was no internet.
Oh, wow. So, okay, if you suddenly disappear, it's not the rapture.
And I have not been kidnapped again.
The aliens did not hover over your house.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's look at your weather. 48 today, cloudy with showers at 50%. Is it raining there in Deer Park this morning?
It was raining a bit this morning, not terribly hard, but the wind was blowing and it was kind of, spattering you as we sat in the hot tub.
All right, tonight, overnight low down to 31. If you're traveling late night, you might see some places with black ice after the rain today, so be careful. On Wednesday, 42 and 29 under partly cloudy skies. Thursday, 46 and 34, mostly cloudy, but just a 10% chance of rain. Friday right now, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, 25% chance of rain in the morning, 41 and 34 for Friday. Your weekend right now looking like morning showers on Saturday, 45 and 34. Sunday, 46 and 33 with cloudy skies. And if we go a full week, next Monday, 46 and 34, mostly cloudy. Definitely into fall, right?
Definitely, we are in the fall. Right. But last year at this time we had winter already, so we'll take fall right now. Yeah.
Last year here in Maine, we didn't get winter until January, so I got my fingers crossed. So the Farmer's Almanac, the new one, came out about a month ago, maybe a little longer, and they were saying, really rough winter. Of course, I check Washington and Maine now, and they were saying rough winters for both states. But then NOAA came out And I'm sorry, but I trust Noah more than I trust the Farmer's Almanac. And I want to trust Noah really bad because it had basically covered the 48 lower states for the winter, and everything was normal, except there was a curve at the top. And in that curve, it encompassed Washington State and Maine with much higher temperatures than normal through the winter. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you're going to get a storm, but average temperatures are supposed to be much higher. I mean, it was a red zone. Same deal for Alaska. So,
Interesting.
Yeah. Much normal, warmer temperatures than normal. So I'm holding out for that. And then I always throw in the side that, because there's probably going to be snow in the higher elevations. So that saves the skiing. But I always liked it when it was a mild weather down in Chihuahua just for the driving aspect. And if you want to play in the snow, all you have to do is go up.
Yeah, if it's much warmer than normal, they may not even have snow up in the mountains. So that's kind of when you get scared as far as fire season next year. So, but Brad has been saying because last year he had to defer his ski pass because he just had hip surgery, and it was an epic snow year. And so he's been saying all along, I had to defer it to this year. Watch, we're not going to have any snow.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, let's see if we know what breakfast is for the kids today on the 7th. French toast, an egg patty, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then don't forget, it's a short week as Veterans Day will be honored on Friday. So a lot of people have that day off in a 3-day weekend. Let's see, for lunch, spaghetti, breadsticks, string cheese, salad, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, and, of course, your choice of milk again. There you go, breakfast and lunch for the kids. All right. Not many community events. We will cover a few of them in a little bit. I also have some news headlines. But, Val, let's do some of that fun stuff first. And let's see. I got bits and breaks. Tweet of the week. Would you like to? These are tweets of the week that have come out so far that were cute. And, Val, will you start off? I figured that was the best one for you.
Okay. First tweet of the week. I'm not a 10. I'm more like 2 5s held together by mashed potatoes.
It's horrible. You're a 10. You're a 10.
Aw,
Just remember, though, IQs aren't everything.
That's right. Neither is shoe size.
Oh. All right. Go. You want to go back and forth, or you want to just do them all?
Oh, no, let's go back and forth.
Okay. You can tell Thanksgiving's only a few weeks away because the grocery stores are already stocking up on Valentine's Day candy. And if you remember last week, that's if you have leftover Halloween candy and you don't want to eat it, save it for Valentine's Day and give it to somebody you love.
There you go. I think they were actually doing a program where they'd ship it to veterans.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, to our I should say to our military. So not veterans, but our military. Yeah. All right. How about this? Thank you, Drunk Matthew of 1 a.m. this morning, for coming home and emptying the dishwasher. Unfortunately, the dishwasher hadn't actually been turned on.
Good job. Strange thing about that, don't you actually have a son called Matthew?
Yeah. Oh. It's scrambling to see which dishes are still, were the dirty ones and, trying to pull them back out of the cupboard.
All right, the last tweet this morning that was cute. My wife and I got back from voting and found our 5-year-old in tears as she didn't get to come along. So he took her to the polling place and gave her a patriotic talk about America and democracy. And on the way home, she thought that Mom had said we went boating, not voting. And that's why I didn't need all that, Dad. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Chinese food last night. My fortune, you have a yearning to break new ground. Start with the dishes in the sink.
Start with the weeding in the yard.
Yeah. 4 things you didn't know yesterday, Val. Share it with us.
Oh, yeah. Give me this word. Cynosilic phobia is the fear of having an empty glass when drinking.
You have that, don't you?
I do, and I didn't know there was a name for it. Oh, my goodness. I knew I had a phobia.
My wine glass is empty.
The State of Liberty's index finger is 8 feet long.
You mean the statue?
Yeah, the statue. What did I say?
The State
did I
of
say
Liberty.
The state? I have Statue of Liberties. Okay.
I think the State of Liberty is no longer exists.
I thought that was the state that your daughter Sammy lives in, because her dog's name is
It
Liberty.
is Liberty, or as we call it, Libby.
Libby. Every year, the dates 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10, and 12, 12 are the same day of the week as the 4th of July.
Wait a minute, really?
So, yeah, so April 4th, July, or June 6th, August 8th, and October 10th, and December 12th. Okay, I had to
always
stop and
help
think.
Val with her dates.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to say something about that's how I married Brad.
Yeah. That's mind-boggling.
All right, here's a good one for you. Cher's grandfather invented the TV remote, but never patented it.
Do you remember the first remotes that were actually, they weren't wireless, they were actually attached to the TV with a cord so you could trip little kids running around the living room?
I do not remember that.
Yeah, actually.
See, you are older than me.
Hail to the king, baby.
That's right.
Ken's with us this morning. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Ken. Good morning. All right. And looks like Marion jumped in too. Both your boyfriend and my girlfriend are here.
Oh, look at that.
Just don't tell your husband. All right. Let's see. Something that never stops being awkward, which is me in front of people I don't know. I always feel awkward. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel awkward. I would have never guessed that.
Oh yeah, and especially I think I might have shared this one before, but a lot of just being an announcer and a DJ. A lot of times that I've been on stage, used to DJ at nightclubs, and the first time you start talking on the mic at the beginning of an event, always, no matter how long I've been doing it, always nervous, and it makes it worse because you can hear your fear, and maybe other people can't pick it up, but I can hear the fear in my own voice over the sound system.
Because it's a little bit of a quiver to it.
Yeah. But then, by the time you've hit 30 seconds in and talking, it's all gone. But always that first time. All
Interesting. I would have never thought that
Yeah,
of
very
my super outgoing brother.
Well, you're in front of a bunch of people and you're talking, and as soon as you start, if people are doing gibberish, they all stop and turn and look and see what's going on. So all of a sudden you're the center of attention, and even though people think I like that, not totally, but mostly.
I think I understand what you mean, though, because when we did your roast, when you were leaving for Maine, that first few minutes of standing up in front of everybody, you kind of you get the nervous jitters, yeah.
But by the time it's over, I'm like this.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, yes. You got roasted. There were some pretty good ones. Was that recorded at all?
It is. It's on the KCHW YouTube channel if you want to watch everybody roasting me before I left town. Val was your whole routine you did about the high chair that we shared as little kids. And how I still used it today and all that. That was hilarious. It was really good. So.
Go check it out.
And if you remember during the roast, and for anybody listening that hasn't watched it, there's one part where K.S. Brooks is roasting me, and she pulls out that T-shirt with me on the front of it that says "I'm too sexy" for this shirt. Marion wears that all the time.
Oh, I thought maybe you still wore it all the time.
No, she stole it.
Oh,
or maybe
nice.
I gave it to her and said, "Oh, you got to wear this." All right, things that never stop being awkward. When you accidentally make eye contact with the same person about 20 times and end up looking like a stalker. Or you could just be like our mom. We used to get embarrassed because our mom would stare at people.
Yes, but she would stare. It wasn't like where you accidentally, make eye contact. She would just stare.
Stare you down. Especially if you were doing something she didn't like. All right. Being trapped in a conversation you don't want to be part of and having the other person be blissfully ignorant of how little you care or how much you just want to sock them and run.
It's trying to, get away at that point without, there's that, how do I get out of this? What do I say to get out of this?
I'm really tolerant unless they have bad breath.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So sometimes I just look across the room and wave and go, oh, I think Brad needed me.
Oh, so at home when you're having your parties, that's how you do it.
Well, Brad and I never go anywhere without each other, so this could be any circumstance.
All right. This is a good one. When the toilet gets clogged at another person's home.
Oh, so awkward.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
I was at a restaurant the other day and used a restroom, and is it just called the flusher? whatever the toilet flush thing is, broke. And so I had to go out and tell them, your toilet won't flush because the thing is broke.
Wait, so you told them?
I did tell them.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want the next person to go in and, not realize what was
Well,
happening.
it's awful nice of you.
Yeah.
I would have just walked away. Responding to someone's question in a store only to realize they're talking on Bluetooth and it wasn't meant for you. I've had that happen before.
Which follows closely with you see somebody wave and you think they're waving at you and you wave back and then you realize it wasn't you they were waving at. Awkward.
You want me? Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the person behind me. All right. Having happy birthday sung to you. Oh, that is the worst, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's because you can watch people and they're just like squirming in their chair, especially if it's in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys are there with the sombreros and the knives. Or just the sombreros. Yeah.
Making up a song that isn't really happy birthday because you can't sing that
Legally.
illegally.
Yeah. All right. So having happy birthday sung to you. This person says, I never know what to do. Do I just look down and smile? Do I have to watch? Should I sing too?
You just obnoxiously sing happy birthday to me.
Yes. Yes. All right, moving along. Val gets everyday wins. Now, this is things that happen, and it's just like makes your day a little better.
Yeah, you feel like it's Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you find money in unexpected places. Well, it's like reaching into a coat you haven't worn in a while and pulling out
those
a 20.
kind of unexpected places. Okay. Well, I was thinking
Yes.
like other people's wallets.
When you go to the gym and it's empty.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't know what that's like because I
I've never been to a
don't
gym.
think I've ever gone to a gym. But I do, relate to this one. Getting free booze, any kind, anytime.
That's you're usually giving it away though, not receiving it, since you make all
That's
that
true.
wine.
That's true.
That's one of the best things. I think try to get invited to one of Val's holiday parties because you always leave with a couple bottles of wine.
You do, yeah.
Well, and
Well-
sometimes in you and out of you.
Well, and it's not often you get like free booze when you go somewhere, but hey, dollar shots, I'm in.
Okay.
All right. When it's somebody's birthday at the office, because you know you're going to get cake.
And you're not going to be the one getting sung to and feeling dumb.
Exactly.
I like it.
When you wake up and find your inbox empty.
Oh, okay. That's never happened. I'm serious. That has not happened in like 20 years. I don't think that's happened since the internet was invented for me. So,
My problem is that I forget to check my email
yeah.
because you're everybody texts nowadays. And so I'm like 2 weeks in and I'm like, oh no, I haven't checked my email. And then you got to wade through 90% junk just to, maybe get to the 10% that you need.
I like it. I've just warned people back in Chihuahua and board members and people involved with the radio station that if it's something important, you better call me and tell me you sent me an email because maybe once a week I'll go in there and look and then go, oh my gosh, I forgot that.
Yeah, same here. I used to appreciate this when I was a kid or when I worked, when you wake up and it's a snow day.
I'm the same way if I wake up and there's no internet or somebody forgot to push all the buttons at the radio station and we can't broadcast. I'm like, oh, extra day off.
Not getting paid for this anyway. Might as well stay in bed.
That's right. That's right.
When you come home from work and all the dishes are clean.
Oh, does Brad ever do the dishes for you?
He will load and unload the dishwasher for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, yeah. And he washes because he cooks his own breakfast usually, and he will wash up his fry pan or whatever. So, yeah. But I think anytime you come home and, any part of the house has been cleaned, it's always like. So, yeah. When you find a great happy hour.
Best happy hour ever. I had to stay at a hotel for 5 days for a job I had for training. And the hotel had happy hour at 5 o'clock. And if you were staying multiple days, you got free drink coupons. And the happy hour was one of the best buffet spreads I ever saw. Everything free.
Wow.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
But yeah, it was a very cool thing. I don't know how they afforded to do it, and I'm sure COVID shut it down. But that was great. And we had an instructor for training, and he'd like, well, we're supposed to quit at 5, but I think we'll quit at 4:30 today, so you guys can all make it to happy hour because we're all staying at the same hotel. Yeah, yeah.
I like that. And there are a few places in town that we found recently because if you hit happy hour, it's like, $3 well drinks or whatever, and so you're kind of limited to, or, domestic beers only or whatever. But there's a couple of them lately that we found it was like half off any drink they make. Ooh. And so it was like, ooh, now this is fun. This is truly a happy hour.
I'm getting happier by the moment.
That's right. When you wake up before your alarm and aren't tired.
Oh, nice.
And I think what's even better is when you're retired and you don't have to wake up to an alarm.
Don't know what that's like.
And finally, when you walk past puppies for sale.
For me, it's kittens.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Sometimes I just go into Petco or PetSmart just to see what they have for kitties in the room, so you can go, talk to them.
I think a funny thing would do is when you see the pile of puppies is to walk up there. Do you think these are enough puppies to make a coat?
That would be funny. Especially if they're selling Dalmatians.
Why? It looks like you've got enough puppies for a coat. All right. Myths about the common cold. It is cold season. Have you had one yet, Val?
I'd hate to say this because I don't want to jinx myself, but I have not had a cold since before COVID.
No, that's not true because you had COVID when our sister came to visit.
I had COVID, but we're talking about the common cold.
Oh, you haven't had okay. I've had COVID 5 times, but I don't catch colds.
I had COVID once, but I have not had a common cold since before COVID. Can you hear me knocking on wood?
I can hear you knocking, or somebody wants in.
Yeah.
Are you sure, Val?
I am positive.
I don't know. All right.
I'm not lying.
I just think you've been sicker.
I have not.
All right. Myths about the common cold. Sweating it out. Sweating doesn't cure a cold. The benefits are purely symptomatic.
Oh, okay. Maybe get the nasal congestion going or something if it's really warm.
I've tried that to do sweat out one before, and I thought it worked because I felt better afterwards, but maybe not. Maybe a coincidence. All right. You cannot catch the flu from the flu vaccine since it doesn't contain the live virus. People will argue about that one.
Here would be my counter on that. There's a couple different reasons why you could still get the flu, especially since, now your flu vaccine covers all 4 strains. Back before it didn't, they would choose one strain that they thought was going to be the most prevalent for the season and only immunize you for that one. So you could have one of the 3 other strains. And then the other reason why you might still get the flu is if it's within that first couple weeks where your body hasn't built up immunity. So there are ways that you might still get the flu, but hopefully it's not as serious or, yeah.
All right, more myths about the common cold. A weak immune system. This is only partly myth. A weakened immune system can affect how you respond to infections. But direct application of the cold virus does lead to high infection rates, though not everyone will show symptoms. The
Okay.
next one they have is a vitamin C. Taking large amounts of vitamin C and zinc does not prevent or cure a cold. Once you have a cold, they're not effective treatments. I have really good luck if I feel like it could be coincidence again, but if I feel like I'm coming down with something, I'll take 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C in a day. And the next morning, I usually wake up and feel fine.
My problem with taking high doses of vitamin C like that is I might, maybe not get the cold, but I am going to be in the bathroom because that much vitamin C helps things move through you really quickly.
Hail to the king, baby.
All right, winter colds. This is a myth. Colds are more common in spring, fall, not winter. Spring and fall, not winter.
Okay.
Don't drink milk. Drinking milk does not increase mucus production when you have a cold. So this is a myth. I was always told not to do that.
Right.
All right. Giving kisses when you have a cold. The amount of virus on the lips is usually not enough to transmit a cold. Transmission is more likely through nasal mucus. All right.
Now I'm gonna say, but what if, Marion's kissing you, you have a mustache, or I'm kissing Brad, he has a mustache, and so maybe there's like nasal secretions in the mustache, and then
Yuck.
yeah, I'm just saying. So maybe it's not. Maybe if you're clean shaven, it'd be one thing, but yeah,
Well, the most dangerous
I'd
one
like to
than that,
know
though,
the research on that.
nasal mucus, the most dangerous, children. Because they do it right in your face.
Oh yes.
So this is one, and
The other.
I want to play this one too. Okay,
What?
wait for it.
Okay.
Let's do it again. I think it's me actually recording a sneeze. It sounds like me.
It sounds like you.
And I was getting ready for the
It
show, and I
does.
played that. And Marion already actually said Gesundheit. Bless you or something. I was like, it really wasn't me. All right. So cold kissing is okay. Just no warm kissing.
Just no warm kissing.
Cold causes cold. This is a myth. Colds are caused by viruses, not by being cold. But I can't tell you how many times I got wet and cold and came in and had a cold the next day.
I feel like what it does is your body is so busy trying to keep you warm that it weakens your immune system. That's kind of what I think, and it makes you more susceptible. But that's Val's theory of, infection.
All right. Val's theory of infection.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
That's right.
She takes that vitamin. Remember? Know-it-all?
The know-it-all vitamin.
Yeah, know-it-all vitamin. All right, last one. Starve a fever. This is false. Eating when sick can provide the body with energy to fight off an illness. So keep on eating.
I think when you have a cold, I don't think it generally affects your appetite unless you just don't feel like eating because you can't smell or taste. But I think with a fever, a lot of times you don't feel like eating.
It's true, especially if you've got the flu and the upset stomach and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Val's got this one. Crazy weddings. I love these.
Yeah. So the internet shared some of these crazy wedding stories. This person said it was a friend's wedding. A bunch of people got food poisoning at the rehearsal dinner, including the groom. He spent the night at the ER getting fluids and medication to stop puking. This was an awesome high-end wedding, and he almost canceled. He was a pale green color and basically sipped Gatorade all day and got through it. He married his high school sweetheart, and they have been married 30 plus years.
Aww.
You can do it!
That's right.
This one said, went to the wedding of one of my husband's close friends and everything was going well until about 3 hours in when the bride's grandma becomes unresponsive. We were sitting right next to that table when she falls to the floor, not breathing. Our other friend, an EMT, ended up performing CPR on her until the paramedics came. The wedding promptly ended as the bride and groom went to the hospital with grandma. Sadly, this is a sad story. She passed away that night. Oh, you're always going to remember when grandma died.
Because you got married.
I know it's killed a lot of parents inside. But
Grandma didn't like one of them.
yeah. I attended an outdoor wedding in December. All the guests assumed there would be a shelter and heat, but nope. All guests were freezing cold. Some got drunk as fast as they could, and others kept asking the staff for cups of hot tea, not to drink, just so they could hold them in their hands to warm up.
Wow.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
We want this wedding to go fast. Let's do it outside.
We had some friends recently who got married at the end of September and had an outdoor wedding. And that was not fun either. So, and then they had it like the reception was in the barn, but they did not have any heating in the barn either. So it was chilly.
Wow.
How about this one? There were no tables or chairs, like none. They had an open bar, but no chairs. Everyone had to put their drink on the ground and hold their plate to eat. It was crazy.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to. I didn't realize.
No.
Sorry, I didn't ebb that. Wow. I just had a miniature heart attack.
There was a curse word in there, but
A really bad one. Wow. I mean, I think I'm all red in the face on the camera, too. I really just had a little stroke. Mini stroke.
Mini stroke.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Good job, Belle.
Oh, thank you. Everyone just assumed that some sort of terrible thing happened where the tables and chair people didn't bring them. But afterwards, I asked the bride what happened, and she just said, "Oh, we would have had to pay extra for that."
That's horrible.
But this one, a few years ago, my cousin was getting married. The man she was marrying was perfect for her. I was jealous. The day of the wedding comes, and her maid of honor, her sister, and the groom are nowhere to be found. The bride is waiting in the church, and one of the groomsmen comes in with a handwritten letter from the fiancé. Turns out the maid of honor, her sister, and her fiancé have been together for a while. She's pregnant, and they've just ran off to Vegas to get married. Oh.
Pull out the tears.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Oh.
That's brutal.
That is brutal.
I thought these were all going to be fun, but no.
No, that, I mean, you not only lost your fiance, but I'm thinking you lost your sister. I mean, wow. I worked at a wedding where the couple had sent out 100 invitations without RSVP. They had no clue how many people would show up, but they did tell the venue to prepare dinner for 150 guests. 35 showed up. Oh, lots of seafood was thrown out.
That's
oh,
so
and the
sad.
seafood too. It wasn't like it was, that had to be expensive. All right. The lights came up after dinner and the groom said, "We're not dancing, people, so just mingle." Everyone laughed.
Party's over.
Party's over.
Oh, man. All right, moving along. For this segment, we're going to wrap it up with what Scott thinks about in the hot tub. All right, first thing last night was when you blow in your dog's face, he gets mad at you. But when you take him on a car ride, he sticks his head out the window.
I don't get it.
What's the difference?
Maybe it smells better out the window instead of your breath.
It's my breath.
It's your breath.
All right. I think butterflies probably think they're just a normal fly that put on a lot of weight. Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Police can identify you from a grainy gas station camera, but the DMV can't without 2 bills, a birth certificate, a social security card, and your license that's already in their system.
Yes.
It's true.
So a couple years ago, Brad, when you go into the DMV, it's like 2-hour wait, hour and a half of watching really strange people. So Brad gets up finally to get his license renewed, and they're like, "Oh, we now require a birth certificate," which he did not have.
Of course.
And it's like, really? You had to have seen at some point. It's like when they asked for 5 forms of identification, but every one of them you used your license to get. right?
It's true.
So yeah, it's just idiotic. But anyway, yeah. So we got to spend 2 days, 2.5 hours waiting at the DMV.
Fun. That's fun. Bonding moments.
Bonding moments.
All right. More things I thought about in the hot tub. Same species who put man on the moon can't put a shopping cart back in a corral. This one really boggled my mind. The handle of an axe is a traitor to its own species.
Oh, yeah. It's like cannibalish. Cannibalism? Cannibalish?
And I tried to save my best thought for last. People who point to their wrist when asking for the time, but don't point to their butt when asking where the bathroom is.
Oh, come on. I've seen you do that.
Where's the bathroom? That's horrible, but
That's
it would be
horrible.
funny if you started doing the pee-pee dance and pointing. I'm going to do that from now on, even when I'm at home. Even when I'm at home.
Even when you're at home. Watch out, Marion. I'm so
That's right.
sorry.
That's right. That's right. All right. Coming up on the 8 ago, we're right there, 8 o'clock hour. Taking a quick look into what's happening in town this week. Today we've got story time for the kids, 10:30 to 11:30 at the Chewela Library. Then tomorrow at the library, you got tech help between 3 and 4 o'clock. Also, bingo tonight at 6 at Fired Up Pizza. Not a lot going on this week. It's really, really mellow. So we'll wait for Sharon to join us tomorrow and see what all the goodies are. And don't forget that starts around 7:20.
It's the lull before the holiday storm.
Yes. It's really going to pick up after Thanksgiving there. You'll have a couple weeks where it'll go crazy, and then it'll die down through the end of the year so you can chill out and relax.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this one in from the Chewela Faith Resource Group, Thanksgiving Community Meal. This is for everybody. It's taking place at the St. Mary's Catholic Church on November 14th at 5 p.m. Like I said, it's for everyone. Turkey, gravy, dressing, green beans, cranberries, pumpkin, and pecan pie, and a big thank you, they say, to St. Mary's for letting the Faith Resource Group use their kitchen and dining room. Once again, that's the 14th at 5 o'clock. And then a little plug for the Little White Schoolhouse in Valley. They're having a campaign to redo the roof, and you can support them through GoFundMe. They need the money to raise the schoolhouse's roof as soon as possible. After they do that, they're going to complete restoration of the interior and open a museum and a small art gallery for the Valley community. If you'd like to support that, you can go to their Facebook page, facebook.com/Little White Schoolhouse. All right. Few news headlines this morning. I haven't seen people doing this, but I guess it's a new thing where you bedazzle your car's emblem on the steering wheel, on the centerpiece.
Why?
I don't know, but I guess it's a thing.
Okay.
Regulators from the government are warning drivers to steer clear. Get it? Steer clear of using aftermarket decals to embellish your car's logo on the center of your steering wheel. Val, can you guess why?
I would imagine as the airbag goes off, when you're in an accident, you now get rhinestones in your face.
You do.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
So that's for the people that don't think things through. Just saying.
Just saying.
All right. Another, we get bombarded with, since the pandemic, with these stories of things that are going to come our way. Now it's dengue fever. Or is it dengue? Dengue fever.
Dengue? Dengue?
Dengue. That's how you say it. Thank you, Val. It is from mosquitoes and a disease that affects the joints and the muscles. And they say it's going crazy because of global warming and that it's coming to the United States. So look forward to that next summer.
Oh, yes. Oh, there's so many things out there that can kill you.
Yeah. How about something to help you live to 100?
Okay.
All right. So, of course, eating nutrient-rich foods, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, managing stress, all that kind of stuff could get you to maybe 100. But they say one of the biggest things that help elderly people, you don't have to go to the gym. All you need to do is garden.
Oh.
You're going to like this. So it points to a scientific study showing that gardening is linked to lowering blood pressure, All right, there's all sorts of benefits to it. They say, in addition, having your hands working in the soil grounds the body to the earth in the process known as grounding or earthing. Now that might sound like a little too new agey for some people, but they explain that grounding is the process by which the earth's natural negative electrical charge help neutralize the free radicals in your own body, reducing inflammation and cortisol levels. Here comes the drum roll. Also reduces your blood pressure.
Wow.
So
I mean, I
great.
didn't know that there was like scientific evidence why grounding works.
Yep.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Very cool.
I like that. Well, and I would think too, it's, you're squatting down, you're getting up. I mean, there's that physical aspect of it too.
Yeah,
that,
so you're getting a light workout from it.
Mhm.
And they say another thing is elderly people typically don't get enough vitamin D because you're not, and you're going to get that from being out in the sun. And they say vitamin D now is linked to premature death.
Wow.
Low levels of it.
So my mother-in-law got a Fitbit, and she was so excited one day because she got 12,000 steps on her Fitbit, and she was just weeding.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
PepsiCo, the people who make Pepsi, they just gave a huge thumbs up to Tesla's semi-trucks. They've got a fleet of 21 they've been using. And in a story that came out today, they said they've had, they run them 12 hours a day, mostly on routes under 100 miles. So then they decided to take 3 of the semis and put them on a long-haul route and of 250 to 450 miles. These semi-trucks are using Tesla megachargers along the routes, and the trucks reportedly go from 5% charge to 95% charge in 20 to 30 minutes, which is a quick turnaround for the
Wow.
truck drivers. And they said it's also worth noting that Tesla's regenerative braking on the trucks, the technology allows them to be on these routes, really bad ones, such as Donner Pass, and they're actually zeroing out when they're coming down the other side of a mountain pass because they've got regenerative braking that recharges the batteries, and they're having to brake so much, it's actually charging the batteries back up as they come down the mountain, and they'll have a full charge by the time they come back down the other side of the pass. So big thumbs up for the new Tesla semi-trucks. Look for them to be taken all over the place, I guess. Not impressed?
Yeah, it is impressive. Yeah. There's just so many like things out there that hopefully will come up in the near future as far as alternative sources of power. So we're not using fossil fuels. I think electric vehicles are, of course, what everyone's talking about right now. It's just how extremely dangerous lithium batteries are.
There's a lot of, and I've gone around in this discussion with a lot, but and I've said this on the radio before, a necessity is the mother of invention. And over the past year, battery technology has just exploded. So look for, I watched a video of one guy where he was taking lithium batteries and driving nails into them to show that the battery he has built will not catch fire.
And that's where we need to that's the direction we need to go as far as safer lithium batteries.
Safer.
Yeah. So we have a couple comments on today. Wendy from California is listening this morning. She's our cousin. Brad's and my cousin. And then Marion says she walks around barefoot most of the year, and Jet has a name for her Blackfoot, which is a hippie term, but she says she's done it all of her life. So, and I am a barefoot advocate too. I love being barefoot. So,
although she did get a piece of glass in her foot last week from being barefoot, I will say that.
Well, there's always that chance, but she's very grounded as well, so you're good.
Yeah. This one, a woman in Florida snorkeling with a friend at Alexander Springs Recreation Area over the weekend when a 9-foot alligator attacked her and bit her on the head. Why would you swim in alligator-infested waters?
Or shark-infested waters.
Or swimming
you don't
in the
always
ocean.
know.
Yeah, But yeah, I don't understand why people in Florida swim at all. I was looking at a place to buy in Florida, and there was a pond in the backyard, and I asked the realtor, is there a chance that there could be an alligator in that pond? I'm worried about my cat. And she said, well, they do walk from pond to pond.
They have to have some snack along the way.
This one popped up too, a new thing, a new hack, internet hack about using dish detergent in your wash machine. And Consumer Reports came out and said it's the worst thing you can do for your washing machine. It makes too many bubbles and gums things up and leaves a residue. So if you've seen that hack, they say don't do that. And they also came out and said fabric softeners are extremely bad for your washing machine. They promote mold and mildew and build up grease all over your washer.
Yeah, I don't use fabric softener much anymore just because of that fact. I like the like OxyClean products. If you want to take odors out of your clothes or whatever, OxyClean products work great for that.
I use a fabric softener in the shower for slip and fall accidents.
Oh yeah,
I like them.
That's why your hair just looks so marvelous.
Yes. Maybe some good news if you can handle the interest rates, but probably not. Home sales dropped nearly 7% over the last month. They're saying that people are also having to drop the prices because they aren't selling like they were. And of course, I think that's all due to the interest rates.
Yeah, because we went from having this huge crazy where you couldn't even find a house because you were being outbid on everything to, and it's kind of one of those things, at some point the market's going to fall out. So, but it'd be nice to find a happy medium somewhere.
Well, you could just imagine if you bought a home 3 years ago and let's say it was a small one, it's just a $150,000 home. So your payment's like $1,000 a month. And now that same home's going to be $2,500 a month because of the interest rates. It's crazy. I don't know why anybody would buy a home right now unless they absolutely had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scary.
It's too bad.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. I think that was my last story. So that means it's time to pick on Val.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
My sister!
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, Val, some trivia questions to start off with. Charles Farras was the first passenger on one of these. What was it?
Charles Farras. Can we go with the steam engine?
Nope, it was 1908.
Oh, first passenger on. Oh, gosh, that was before the Wright brothers.
Was it?
Was it? Okay, we'll go plane.
That was your hint. That's what I called Jimmy. Yeah, Wright brothers mechanic was the first ever airplane passenger. Wilbur gave him a 29-second ride in 1908.
29 seconds.
Yeah, probably about 4 feet off the ground.
It's about how long you get when you pay $1 million for a space shuttle or the JetBlue ride or whatever it is, whatever.
Yeah. What do they get? 15 minutes.
SpaceX,
yeah.
Yes.
All right, 15 minutes in space. I've spent my whole life there. Save your money.
Save your money.
That's right. U.S. states that rely the most on this industry include North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, South Carolina, and Georgia. What are they growing?
Okay. Can you...
You would never use this plant.
Tobacco?
Tobacco. All right, you're doing good, Val. Can you keep it up?
No.
Dogs can do it. So can horses, humans, even cars. But kangaroos can't. What can't they do?
Produce exhaust?
Huh, that's true. That's true. That's a good one. I might have to give you points on that. But I think kangaroos can produce exhaust, so what can't they do? Horses can do it, humans can do it, dogs can do it, cars can do it.
Run?
No.
I thought maybe they just kicked. Even cars can do it. Ooh. I suppose this is obvious. I'm just not getting it.
It's totally obvious.
Oh, because Ken says lay down. I don't know if cars lay down. Oh, goodness. I don't know.
And if I can't think of a hint to give you that would. They say cats can't do it, but you can force them. I've seen it.
to listen to a word you say.
Val, we were looking for backup. Back up.
They can't back up.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I learned something today.
All right. This is a quiz. I'm going to give you 4 choices. When this product first hit stores, Sears refused to carry it because it was too sexy. Was it my shirt, lipstick, the Barbie doll, Crocs, or a Craftsman tool belt?
Oh, Craftsman tool belt, because I could rock that baby.
It was pink.
Okay. I am going to go. So it was lipstick,
the Barbie
doll,
Crocs, Craftsman tool belt.
I am going to go down to does Sears. I don't know if they carried lipstick. I'm going to go with the Barbie doll.
It is the Barbie doll. Good job. All right. Your abilities to deduce things are amazing me. All right, let's see how well it goes now. Scientists tell us this body part has the dirtiest skin surface.
Your nose?
Oh, it's part of it.
Your face.
Your face. What company uses 85 million pounds of tomatoes a year? It's a restaurant.
Tomato Street.
It is not.
Okay.
It's a much more widely recognized scene restaurant than
is
Tomato
it
Street.
is it in the pizza field?
It is.
All right, and so let's go with Pizza Hut.
You're absolutely right. What made you choose them out of I would have guessed Domino's. Went through a lot of tomatoes.
That was on my mind. That was my other guess, but I was thinking maybe Pizza Hut was more nationwide.
Okay.
That was my level of deduction.
All right. What American symbol? All right. This is something people would go visit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What American symbol weighs the equivalent of 11,093 tacos?
Oh, geez. How much does a taco weigh? Does it even come in at a pound? I mean, really? So we'll just guess in the range of 11,000 pounds.
Yes.
And
You
gosh.
want me to make it easy?
Well, I was going to state the Statue of Liberty, but that has to be more than that, doesn't it?
Yes, it would be more than that.
Huh. Okay, make it easy for me.
It's broken.
The Liberty Bell.
Yes, there you go. I made it too easy. Let's toughen it up then before we go to break. Solve this mystery, Val. Man walks into his bathroom and shoots himself right between the eyes using a real gun with real bullets. He then walks out alive with no blood anywhere. And no, he didn't miss. And he wasn't Superman or any other person wearing a cape.
He shot his image in the mirror.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
All right, last chance here, Val. This is answer wrong and win. We're looking for the dumbest answer possible. Please do not give the right answer or you will be automatically disqualified, like most people are. All right?
All right.
What body of water borders California to the west?
The Ocean of Tears.
Oh. What state is Walt Disney World in?
The state of stupidity.
You just put a DES on the front of that, didn't you? I get that. I see it. If Monday comes after Sunday, what comes after Saturday?
A hangover.
Oh! Name a food that comes in Cool Ranch flavor.
Oh, this would be my favorite food of fettuccine.
But doesn't fettuccine Alfredo kind of taste like Cool Ranch?
No, it tastes like Parmesan and garlic and yumminess.
What's a coin that has grooves on its edges?
Oh, that would be the coin of deceit.
Oh, all right, there you go. Big round of applause for Val. Answer wrong and win. When we come back, we're going to have... I can't. Chuck never sent me the birthday calendar for November. I have no idea what local birthdays we have. But during the break, if you were to go on our Facebook feed while the news is playing and post your birthday, I would surely give you a shout-out. There you go. It's KCHW 102.7, and we will be right back after we thank our sponsors and deliver a little news.
It's 8:20.
Programming made possible by donations from the following.
Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Chewelah Motel and RV Park. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, located at 301 South Park Street in Chewelah, offers 14 single or double rooms, each with a refrigerator and microwave, in-room coffee station, Wi-Fi, cable, and 58-inch screen television. 2 Airbnb options are available, both with full kitchens, coffee, and a 65-inch smart TV. They also feature 26 full hookup RV spots with 30-amp service. For reservations, they can be reached at 509-935-4763 or ChewelahMotelandRVPark.com. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, 301 South Park Street in Chewelah.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewelah, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah. The Public News Service Daily Newscast, November the 7th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. The once every 5-year farm bill will likely be extended to 6 years this time around, as Congress seems months away from finding a path forward, if not longer.
The legislation governs an array of agriculture and food programs, including the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as SNAP, which Democrats typically want to expand and Republicans want to trim. Aaron Shire with the National Farmers Union says SNAP is the nation's most significant anti-hunger program, and the union is eager for Congress to pass a bill that protects and strengthens the program.
It's very much about those nutrition programs, making sure those nutrition programs remain strong. The Farm Bill's been described as a Swiss Army knife. There are many different tools to address many different challenges.
Nearly 23% of New Mexico's population is enrolled in SNAP, the highest of any state. I'm Roz Brown.
Environmental advocates want the bill to include more money for climate-smart farming, while the GOP is focused on increasing subsidies for 3 specific southern crops: peanuts, cotton, and rice. Now from CNN, they size it up this way. Donald Trump brought his bombastic rhetoric to the witness stand Monday in the civil fraud trial against him and his business, as he spent his time on the stand attacking the New York Attorney General who brought the case and the judge overseeing the trial itself. CNN notes that Trump's testimony at times mimicked his appearances on the campaign trail, where the former president has made the 4 criminal cases against him, along with the New York Attorney General's civil fraud case, a central part of his argument to be elected president again in 2024. The Biden administration has proposed a rule to help people save more in retirement and avoid junk fees from unscrupulous financial advisors.
According to the White House, a financial advisor may receive a commission as high as 6.5% to recommend some insurance products, posing a conflict of interest. After 36 years of service as an educator, Melandia Franklin Corpus finally reached her retirement milestone last May. But as soon as she filed for retirement 6 months prior, she said a flood of calls and solicitations started to pour in from financial advisors pitching retirement services and plans with few details.
One guy called me and it was almost a pressure sale type thing. You know, this offer is only going to be good for this week, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I don't make a commitment based on that. Please send me some information. Let me look at it.
The new proposal is intended to standardize the rules for everyone paid to offer retirement advice and sell retirement products. I'm Tremel Gomes.
This is Public News Service. We head next to Indiana, where no county has enough mental health professionals to meet the local needs, according to the Rural Health Information Hub. Add to that an overall mistrust of the healthcare system by many people of color, and there's an unmet need.
Nonprofit community center Flanner House has opened a facility geared for the mental health needs of Black Hoosiers. Morningstar Afrocentric Wellness Center Director Bowana Clements says he and Flanner House Executive Director Brandon Cosby envisioned opening the center after seeing that young Black men seemed unresponsive to traditional therapeutic models.
Wouldn't it be nice if we had an agency to prevent the challenges and difficulties of having to retell your story over and over to people who may or may not understand it?
He says the center offers individual couples and family counseling, as well as bereavement therapy for young people who have suffered a loss due to violence or trauma. I'm Terry D. reporting.
Meantime, the fall season, especially around the end of daylight savings time, prompts plenty of reminders regarding home fire safety.
Turning back your clock is often linked with messaging to change the batteries in your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Captain Anthony Lorenz of the St. Cloud Fire Department feels one thing that isn't commonly known as much as it should be is that these devices no longer work after a certain point.
Typically, smoke detectors have a useful lifespan of maybe 8 to 10 years, and then regardless of the battery status or the status on the wall, it needs to be replaced just to make sure that it's still actively detecting the things in the home.
For low-income households or those who are physically unable to check a detector, he points to a program led by the American Red Cross of Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Folks can go online to schedule a safety visit for a free device or to have one installed. I'm Mike Moen.
Finally, Shantia Hudson lets us know a new law in Alabama is helping thousands regain their driving privileges after license suspension for debt-related reasons.
Senate Bill 154 allows individuals to miss one court appearance or 2 payments before facing suspension. Previously, even a single missed payment or court date could result in a license being revoked. Alabama Appleseed's Leah Nelson conducted a survey on fines and found they put a strain on working families and keep them trapped in a cycle of debt.
People were on the regular giving up things like utility payments, food and medicine and rent, making really desperate sacrifices so that they could make payments toward their legal debt. They were taking out payday loans.
Alabama faces low workforce participation, and many people with suspended licenses struggle to find work. This is by Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. Thanks for being along with us this morning. It's Scott, Val, and which cat is that, Val?
That's Lily.
All right. Man, she's got a big tail.
She is, she's one of those cats, if you barely move, she's mad at you and takes off until I'm on the radio. And then no matter what I do, I can't get rid of her.
15 minutes of fame, 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. And it's at that moment, too, that you realize her nails should have been clipped about a week ago.
Ouch.
Ow.
All right. We didn't get any local birthdays, but Ken did post, however, to make some up.
Why not? Who's going to call you a liar?
That's right. I'm turning 80 today. Mm-hmm. Along with Joni
You look
Mitchell.
fabulous.
Thank you. I look great for 80.
You do.
Joni Mitchell's turning 80 as well, the musician, today as well. Christopher Knight, who played Peter on The Brady Bunch, is 66. Morgan Spurlock from Super Size Me is 53. Adam Devine from Workaholics and Modern Family is 40. Singer Lorde is 27. And Dara Renee from High School Musical and the series Blackish is 23. Going on to history this morning, we call it Happened Today. Here's Val.
In 1874, the Republican Party was symbolized as an elephant for the first time in a cartoon by Thomas Nast in Harper's Weekly magazine.
They're all going to laugh at you!
In 1944, President Franklin D. Roosevelt won an unprecedented fourth term in office, defeating Thomas E. Dewey.
4 terms.
So I wonder at what point they put a 2-year limit on it.
Or a 2-term.
Or 2-term, sorry, 2-term limit on it.
I wish it was 2 years.
Yeah. No, I don't want to have to go through political ads every 2 years.
That'd be horrible.
That's all I can do to get through one. 1991, basketball star Magic Johnson announced that he had tested positive for the AIDS virus and was retiring. Didn't mean to laugh, but it was like maybe I shouldn't have said that. You'd gone with that one. That's why I laughed. I wasn't being politically.
She was uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say. 1994, WXYC, the student radio station of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, provided the world's first internet radio broadcast.
Wow. Look at us now.
Yes.
I jumped into our stats from online listening last month to see where most of the listeners were coming from. And believe it or not, Canada's usually in the top spot. right above the United States, like we have more. So thank you to all those people in Canada. But this past month, we had like 7. Keep going.
All right. In 2000, Republican George W. Bush was elected president over incumbent Democratic Vice President Al Gore, though Gore won the popular vote by a narrow margin. The winner was not known for more than a month because of a dispute over the results in Florida.
And if you remember, the vice president, then Al Gore, finally he could have won. And in the end, they said he would have won, but he seceded.
Yeah.
What do you call? That's not the right word, but conceded. There you go.
Yeah, conceded. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He said he was doing it just to save turmoil in the country.
that's right.
That sure doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. The pot continues to be stirred.
Yes.
2005, residents of a retirement home in Sweden had to deal with drunk, rowdy animals when a pair of intoxicated moose invaded the premises. The moose had become drunk by eating fermented apples they found outside the home.
Wow. Okay.
Brad was reading something about, I can't remember what state it was in, but they had a derailment and dumped a bunch of grain. A train derailment, dumped a bunch of grain, and then it proceeded to ferment, and so they were having problems with drunk bears.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah. All right, 2012 voters in Maine, Maryland, and Washington approved measures for same-sex marriage. Bravo. 2019, Queen Elizabeth II confirmed she was no longer buying clothes made with real fur. 2020, former Vice President Joe Biden was declared the winner of the U.S. presidential race 4 days after the election.
What?
And 2020, Rudy Giuliani held his infamous Trump campaign press conference at Four Seasons Total Landscaping in Philadelphia to contest U.S. election results. And proceeded to melt brown all down his face from his hair dye.
And then yesterday, November 6, 2023, in his famous civil lawsuit for business fraud, Donald Trump was asked, well, who was responsible for the financial statements? And in a clever admission, he said, everybody. Skeptics Day. And notary said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said, yes, before they called it the internet, they called them books. Because anybody can write a book and say whatever they want.
Exactly.
Right, Mark Meadows? So he came out and said, yes, my book, I lied about the election. None of it was true. Now the company that published the book, suing them. They want all their money back.
Ooh.
For the Book of Lies.
The Book of Lies.
All right. Number for the day is 3,500, and that's the species of mosquitoes on Earth.
Can you believe that?
Wow. Itchy
I
already.
didn't know there was, I didn't know there was, you think mosquito is a mosquito is a mosquito. Who knew that?
Something about Thanksgiving deals with Val.
All right. A new report from Circana shows 79% of shoppers are still planning to celebrate Thanksgiving with the usual foods, despite higher prices. However, most of the shoppers surveyed said they will be looking for deals and money-saving specials more this year than last.
Yeah, I read another story kind of goes along with that. They were buying more generic brands or store brands than we have before, too. So, Nabisco, maybe you should lower those prices a little bit. I mean, $6 for a box of Ritz is crazy. Just saying.
It's insane, some of the prices where, you buy something that you used to buy all the time and you get like sticker shock.
Mm-hmm. It's horrible. All right. And I can't believe the cheapest thing that they can make chips and how expensive they've gotten. Chips and crackers.
No
cheapest
kidding.
thing they can make hands down. And the shrinkflation that they keep trying to change the packages to fool us and making them thinner and thinner and thinner. Turn that
For
stuff
a
sideways.
for a small bag of Doritos, it's like over $4. It's like, really?
They're $5 here.
Oh,
Yeah, even at Walmart, they're like $5.38 a bag for a bag of the small Doritos. It's crazy, and that's
We only buy
two of our favorites, right?
we only buy them at Costco because you can generally get the Cool Ranch and the Nacho, like at a fraction of the price you'd pay at the grocery store. But they don't carry my all-time favorite Doritos brand, which is Taco.
Oh, really?
It's the only Dorito worth eating, taco flavored.
All right, moving along this morning, news and nuggets. Average car owner manages to enjoy 9 hours a week behind the wheel. Research revealed while many are proud of the vehicle they own, the amount of time they actually spend enjoy driving it on the open road and getting their money's worth is minimal. According to the stats, the rest of the time, around 159 hours a week, the vehicle is just sitting in the driveway, in the garage, or in the parking lot outside your place of work or your residence or whatever. But yeah.
Wow.
I was looking at a sports car and said I wanted to buy it, but it was a Camaro, so it wouldn't be any good in the snow. And I said, that's okay. I just wanted to sit in the driveway so I can look at it. Probably not a good buying decision.
Oh.
All right, Val, when is the most dangerous time to drive?
It is when it has rained or snowed after a prolonged dry spell, according to research by the University of California, Berkeley. Rain or snow alone doesn't contribute to more fatal accidents. In fact, the more it rains or snows, the fewer deadly traffic accidents there actually are. But when it rains or snows after a dry spell, fatal accidents increase dramatically.
Oh, okay. Makes
I wonder
sense.
if that's I wonder if that's just because of, stuff that's built up on the road as far as like oils and I don't know. It's interesting.
I think
wanna
it's
know
because
why.
we're not as used to it too.
No, it could be.
After it's been a prolonged dry spell or something like that, we're just not thinking about what could happen and sliding. One of the slipperiest things that I experienced one time was actually wet leaves all over a highway.
Mhm.
It is like driving on snow.
Yeah, or ice.
All right, YouTube appears to be testing a new Play Something button on its mobile app that directs you to a random video when you don't know what to watch. That could be dangerous. Play Something button shows up between content as you scroll through the feed on your homepage, but currently only some users are seeing it.
Interesting.
Delicious Thanksgiving. All ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Baskin Robbins has announced their new ice cream flavor. Turkey Day Fixins, inspired by a Thanksgiving dinner. The flavor features honey, cornbread, spiced sweet potato, and ocean spray cranberry all in one bite. Customers can enjoy the flavor throughout November. Baskin-Robbins is also bringing back their popular turkey cake, a soft sponge ice cream cake with a caramel praline glaze and sugar cone legs. Now, I would eat that.
I don't know.
I mean, ice cream cake. How can you go wrong with caramely pecan flavor and sugar cones?
And little bits of real turkey.
That's right.
Frozen.
It's the turkey bones.
I want this in my house. 4 men have been charged in a connection with the theft of an 18-karat gold toilet valued at $5.95 million from Blenheim Place, the birthplace of Winston Churchill. The toilet, created by Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan, is a satirical artwork about excessive wealth. It disappeared overnight in September of 2019. Men are facing charges of burglary and conspiracy to transfer criminal property. All right, the artwork titled America... The giant golden toilet has been fully functioning, and visitors to the exhibition could book appointments to use it.
Really?
Just don't bite the toilet site to make sure it's real gold. All right. A toilet has been recovered. Suspects will appear in court on November 28th.
It said it's never been recovered.
What? No, it has been recovered. The gold
Has
toilet
never
been recovered.
been recovered.
So they well that does
I think it's in Trump Tower.
Oh, right next to those boxes. I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Oh man. All right. Last one, Val.
A new survey conducted by OnePoll reveals that the average American will visit 5 different houses this winter. The survey, which looked at the social calendars of 2,000 Americans, found that respondents are excited about the holiday season, with Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas parties or dinners the most common gatherings that Americans will attend.
All right. Wrapping up the show, we do it the odd way, and you need to do this.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Always kick off your odd news with a news attack where the first sentence is true and the second sentence is a horrible joke. And here comes my sister Val.
Oh, researchers say rats have imaginations just like we do, which means there's a rat out there writing a better joke about this than I am.
Book reading by adults continues to decline in the U.S. Only thing adults are reading these days is the skip intro button on Netflix.
Books? I thought we just use those to keep the coffee table level.
Oh. Deer crashed into a lingerie store in Michigan and trashed the inside of the shop before finding its way back outside. The deer was looking for something a little less forest and a little more fabulous.
Only in Michigan do you get a free wildlife show with every lingerie purchase.
Hubba. A woman in Ireland arrested after she tried to drive away in a police squad car. Why would she try to steal a police car? Maybe it was because a fire engine wasn't handy. That's what I'd take.
She just wanted the sirens.
Yes.
A study found the vast majority of exercise influencers are not qualified to give the advice they're giving.
No.
Really? Duh. But you know what? I personally think exercise is a waste of time. I'd rather lie very still and wait till my fat cells get bored enough to leave.
Oh, does that work?
I'm trying it.
Yeah. Survey finds most women aren't happy with their bodies. I'm quite happy with mine. My tuxedo pajamas have made me feel super sophisticated. Super sophisticated.
Super.
All right, wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories but a television or a movie sound effect. And here comes Val again.
A firefighter with Washington, D.C. Fire and EMS has been terminated after he and his partner stopped for fast food while on an emergency call in March. The two firefighter EMTs stopped at a Chick-fil-A. Instead of responding to a call for a woman suffering chest pains, they claimed they had already ordered their food on an app when the call came in.
Wow.
Not now, we are busy.
Eating. Wow. They'll make it another 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. Woman on a TikTok shared a video of her parents' icy surprise showing the aftermath of leaving the ice maker on in their Samsung fridge while they were away. Parents assumed that removing the ice maker from the door would prevent the fridge from making more ice, but fridges with ice maker switches need to be turned off. That's right, you need to move that little lever. All right. Mm-hmm. In the video, we see the TikToker's dad slowly opening the freezer side door with ice cubes tumbling out onto a plastic tarp he'd put down to protect the floor. I watched the video. It's a side-by-side, and the entire left side is filled with ice. It's awesome.
Really? So something was wrong that it didn't click off on its own, right? Because ours clicks off when it gets full.
The bar wasn't there, or the container wasn't there to push the bar up when it got full and shut it off.
Oh, I gotcha. Uh-huh.
And then in a related story.
Oh, Ben Johnson, buried standing up.
Avalanche.
In a video captured at Yellowstone National Park, a tourist's attempt to provoke an elk ended in humiliation. The tourist in a car rolled up to the large elk blocking the road and taunted the animal, asking if it wanted to fight. Initially, the elk began to retreat, but the driver decided to pull up a little closer to the animal. The elk swiftly charged at the car and punctured the driver's tire with its antlers.
So a few weeks ago, we had a story just like this, except the guy pulled up to it and said, "Yeah, what are you going to do about it?" And he bent down and deflated his tire. It was awesome.
Oh,
here you
wow.
go. Yeah, you don't see that on Animal Planet.
Oh, people are idiots.
Yes. Another one. Here's a deer that broke through the glass of a lingerie store in Lansing, Michigan. We heard about this a few moments ago. He wreaked havoc inside. Security camera footage shared on Facebook by Curvaceous Lingerie shows the buck knocking over mannequins and display, as well as shattering mirrors while sliding across the floor. Eventually, the deer found its way back outside through a propped open door. Huh.
Hey, you don't need a mannequin. Leave the mannequin here. Come on.
Sounded like it.
Leave it. Milwaukee's police chief was hospitalized Monday morning after his SUV was struck by a dump truck. Chief Jeffrey Norman had just left a news conference focused on safe driving. The dump truck allegedly made a last-second lane change into Norman's lane, causing the collision.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
35-year-old drove his car down a public street in Tokyo at 174 miles per hour while filming himself. Then he bragged about it by posting it on Facebook, only to get arrested after the police tracked him down. Yep. They can do that.
Russ, listen to your mother. I was speeding. I was driving like a maniac. We can all be grateful to this man for stopping us.
Fine.
Just come.
You shouldn't be driving a car anywhere. Not on a road, not on a racetrack, and not in a parking lot. You are selfish, you're crazy, and you're scared.
Listen, Gups, how could you?
I knew you couldn't drive. I didn't know you couldn't read.
This is borderline reckless. Don't you get it? You don't drive with your eyes. You drive with your heart.
It's true.
Oh, crazy. Last one right now. In Poland, a guy had been out drinking with friends. At the end of the night, he wasn't sure if he was over the limit. And since he couldn't find a policeman nearby, he drove to a police station, went inside, and asked for a breath test. Go figure, he flunked.
Oh, I hate flunking.
Me and Bill, he also said that if you fail history, you flunk out of school.
Flunking your driver's test?
Beauty school dropout. Missed your midterms and flunked shampoo.
Follow, you're gonna flunk me? You squeak by. Yeah. Aloha, Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand. There we go. Tomorrow on your morning show, Chuck Ritchie and Sharon Ludwig will share all the local events and more fun. You got to tune in. It's 7:20 right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. Other than that, what a big thank you and a round of applause for my beautiful sister Valerie.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for getting up early, even though
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's our goal, right? To make people laugh at us. Yeah. So, you know, what kind of job do you have where you want people to laugh at you? There's not a lot of them.
There's not a lot. Huh. I can think of a few, though. Any job where you have to wear a hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any job where you have to wear a hat, people are going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
All right. Wear that hat with pride. Val?
Well, you know, there's your normal ones, you know, comedians, stuff like that. But then there's ones that don't mean to be funny and sometimes are, like politicians.
You know, I think I'm safe because I'm not in Chihuahua. Funniest hat, state trooper hat. Just saying.
Because they sit so high on the head, right?
And that flat brim and it's all round. Worst hat ever. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Come up with something better.
Yeah. And my sister agreed with me. Washington State Patrol.
Thanks.
All right. Keep on listening. Enjoy your day right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Say goodbye, Val.
Goodbye, Val.
Goodbye.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
We suck again!
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.